Here's another purchase on eBay. If you don't like this group of videos, let me know and I'll quit making them. Some people like looking at old parts. See what I buy, why I buy junk. I don't know, why would I buy junk? I got a collection of junk everywhere. This is all junk I bought since I moved here. I never quit buying. Just because I have no room doesn't mean I don't buy parts. So this another 45 cylinder. As you can see, I got more. And those are UL cylinders over there. See, they're a lot bigger. See, that's a 45 cylinder right there, and that's a UL cylinder right there. So a little bit difference in size. So anyway, so this one here is for a trike. The way you know it's for a trike is because it's got studs on it. So Harley quit using studs in the 39, I think. So technically it could still be a regular 45 solo bike. These cylinders are all 36 because that's the year they changed the design. Before that there was a T-shaped cylinder instead of a Y-shape. Or the intake manifold, I should say. So anyway, stud motors are all trike in early 30s, 45. WL, not RL. So anyway, this one here I bought. I looked at the pictures. Most pictures are pretty vague, but looked like the valve seats were halfway sitting up high, which they look pretty good. The studs look like they're all there, and I don't really care all that much. The bore looked pretty good, as far as I could tell. The way you tell bore easily is how big is the radius right in here. If the radius is gone, it's pretty damn big. If the radius is really thick, it's pretty close to standard. This one here, I'm going to guess about half gone, so I'm going to think this is probably about a 40 over. I'll measure it here in a minute or two. Anyway, so this has all the fins on it, which is a plus. Weren't broken. The exhaust port did not have a bunch of screws put through it, or welding turd. And it wasn't broken. Plus. Valve guides are gone, but that's not really an issue for me. The cylinder spigot was not broken, which is a big plus. The flange itself was not broken either, which is another plus. There's another casting mark if you care. So I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Don't really care. Probably some kind of production date. But anyway, so this one here looked alright. The other thing you look at is the intake nipple, how bad it is. Now this one's pretty corroded looking and full of paint. So it's hard to see how bad these really are until it gets cleaned up. Obviously if the threads are no good, it's going to be a problem. So this one here looks like it's probably okay as far as I can tell right now. I don't see any major issues with it. But we'll find out when it gets blasted down the road. You also see how thick it is right here in the cylinder. There's also a double chamfer. You have a chamfer on the outside edge, and you have a chamfer on the inside edge. Once again, if you see a chamfer on the inside edge, the bore is not too bad. There's also a rod cutout right here that kind of gives you a clue about where you're at also. So it's one on both sides on this one. The earlier ones don't have those in there. See that one over there don't have one in it. Bore too big. So that one over there does. Way down there, you can see them sitting in there. So they do a little bit different things than yours. It's probably a little bit later production, probably. Alright, so the big question is, what size is it? Alright, so you take your handy dandy calipers. We're going on the best case scenario at the very bottom. Figure out where you're at. Pull out halfway close, and we're at 738. Considering standard is 750 or 748, that don't look like it's too good. Looks like there's a lot of rust in there. So maybe it's smaller bore than I thought it was. Well, that'd be a plus. It definitely doesn't have much wear on the intake side here. Over there on the valves. So if we get really close to the top, move it around a little bit. Look for the smallest area. Looks like we're still in the 40s. Yep, 746. So this actually might be a standard 10 over cylinder. Even better. I don't know why I didn't have bigger, more chamfer on it though, but that's alright. I guess that's why the seats aren't all torn up. It's pretty thick. See, you look at these ones over here. Another stud one. But you look how deep these ports are hogged out down here compared to this one. So they're cut deeper. See how much thinner it is through here. So anyway, so this is a front cylinder, because when you look at the bike, exhaust pipes go on the outside of the motor, so it's either front or back on a V-twin. Intake is always in the middle. And if the valves are on this side, it's a front. If the valves are on this side, like this, it'd be a rear. But see, this is the front. That one, there's a set over there. See, the rear one right here. Oh, another stud motor. I must be collecting stud motors. So, see how this one here, the ports are on this side, and the exhaust port's over here. See, that's the difference. So this one here is another. And you can see that's a pretty big lip on that one too. This one looks like it's got more intake wear in it. I'm actually mocking a motor up, so I need some parts. That's why I've been buying all these cylinders. But I don't have a problem buying low bore cylinders when I see them. See, that's 800. That's 50 over. That's a big bore cylinder. And that's rusted as hell, big bore, so that means it's at least a 60. Might be 70 when you're done with it. That's a worn out cylinder. This one here is real thin too, so it's probably about the same size. Probably came off the same bike. Yep. Yeah, same size. That one's 806. That one's a 60 over cylinder. Even bigger. So which one did I measure last? This one here I didn't measure. What's this one? Yeah, it's smaller than 60 at least. Not by much. 790. 40 over. Remember, a lot of rust. Figured 20 over to clean that rust up. Alright, so there you go. Get a bunch of big ass cylinders, and they got one good one. How'd that happen? And that's a front one. There's a rear one down there. Oh, did we look at and have a small bore rear one? Yeah, it looks like it's got a big bore in it. Yeah, I'm sure we don't have no sets. You see, that has no studs on it, so it's a WL motor. See, there's no studs. And the other thing they did when they went to bolts, they went to 7/16. Those over there are 3/8. These are 7/16 holes. So it's not a matter of just taking the studs out. There actually is a difference. Okay, let's see. Find this tight spot. Straighten it up. 790. Another big one. 40. No more no cylinders. Oh well. Got one standard one. Close to it anyway. I think I bought another one too I came across last month, so there might be two. Probably not a set though, I'm sure. That'd be too easy. Alright, well there you go. Next I'm doing a mock-up motor, that's why I'm buying cylinders. Buying heads. I had a video of the rear head I just bought. So here's the front, the front head I just bought, so here's the rear head. So that's a late head because it's got a bronze insert in it. Race bikes ran bronze inserts, and late model bikes, like in the 50s, had those in there too. So this one's got a broken fin. The other head had 3 broken fins, the 2 big ones broken. There's one of the fins that broke off, but good luck on putting them back on. It's off the side here somewhere. Where'd that one come from? Oh, let's see where that one came from. Oh, there it is. Came from over there. So a set of aluminum heads. Need work. Alright, well there you go. That's what they look like. I'm running out of room for cylinders. I got room for one more head or cylinder right there. Then I'm running out of room. Oh well. There you go.